Alright, so Spectate. CrazyPhill. We've got 1 minute before we're in the loading screen. This will be the final one for the night. First thing I'm noticing here is that Purple Team has both Cyan and Rumble with TP, so there is probably some dispute as to who's going top lane. Honestly, in this situation, if Cyan goes bottom lane as support, it's probably the better option for them, rather than trying to force Rumble down there. Yeah, and if you want to email to me, email that replay to me. It's stretch@lowelo.com. Yeah, I'm not gonna explain how to set up the how to share replays on LSI. It's easy to Google it. I mean, there's an FAQ, there's a tutorial on the website, there's everything. Everything is there. There's a video tutorial for a walkthrough of all the features. It's listed on the homepage. I have to spend this time explaining about League of Legends rather than tutorials on external softwares. The other problem with that is if I do it this time, I'll end up having to do it every time, and I'm not doing it. But yeah, their videos probably explains it better than I can ever do. Either way, back to the game at hand. Sorry about that, I got off track. We're going to have CrazyPhill playing the young Tristana, good pickup. Trist is so strong. Always has been. This time, though, it's for different reasons. This time it is for the tower pressure that she puts on with her explosive charge, which is the new E. And just the overall in-lane burst as well. That explosive charge is such a good ability. It puts on a lot of threat. It's kind of like Bromstun, except there's no CC, it's just a bunch of burst damage. Alright, so we're already in game. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I managed to time one of these properly so that you get rolling right away. I want to say this is Diana mid, Pantheon top. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and switch the overlay. So, final game of the night. Here we go. CrazyPhill, your team is based off picks. Oh, super hard based off picks. Anytime you've got a Blitzcrank on your team, it immediately is a pick comp. And that's just because that champion overall isn't very good at peeling in team fights. I mean, you can get one guy out of there, but a good, well-rounded team comp who's focused on diving the backline of the enemy has two divers. Blitz can really only kind of pick one of those effectively with his knock up. The other one has to be either pulled away, so Blitz has to be in position to knock up one and then pull away the other in order to delay them properly, or an exhaust has to be burned, and you don't always have exhaust off cooldown. So it's most effective. Blitz is most effectively used as just an isolated grabber. Scion's coming down out of the base, has decided to purchase that relic shield. Grab over the wall, nice and easy. So here's a problem with Blitzcrank and why it's so effective in these early invades. People do not stack up when facing a Blitz. In solo queue, Blitz will 99% of the time try to walk into your jungle and look for a grab. If you are stacked and you come out into the river and you see him and you walk at him, there's not much he can do. He loses literally 90% of his effectiveness if he pulls someone, a short distance, and the other people are ready to fight. That pull isn't very good as a rank 1 ability, honestly. It does 87 damage single target. There's so many other abilities that are better, that do more than that level 1. Alright, so both these junglers just starting off on these buffs. Interesting choice that Lee Sin decided to go this red buff first. Scion is going to die doing blue like you saw on TV, and then try to take it with his passive. And he gets it. That actually worked. Nice. So blue buff steal from Scion. He's going to try to run over and get Grump. Not going to happen. So I kind of like that move. And now he's going to teleport down into the bottom lane. So this was his plan all along, to steal a buff from the enemy and then teleport into lane. I like it a lot. Problem with doing this is you don't have any exhaust for your team. So if it happens that Diana or Vi gets huge, they're just going to do full damage, and there's not going to be much you can do about that. You're going to have to either be in position to peel with your decimating smash, that Q, or you got to focus him and kill him nice and quick. Problem with decimating smash is even the activation time to get the stun and knock-up is pretty long, and the amount of knock-ups and interrupts you have on a Vi are pretty large. So you can keep that peel from happening. Alright. This Rumble's pretty brave. Huge amount of damage going down on Orion in the mid lane. Diana's doing a fantastic job of keeping this pressure up. Scion also just kind of pushing the minions around. This might be a kill for Pantheon here if he can get another Q off. He does not get it. Graves pulled in. CrazyPhill gets an explosive charge. No auto attack follow-up due to the Scion positioning. Good job on Scion's part to keep his ADC safe from the rest of that damage. Had Triss walked forward anymore, she would have just been in that Scion knockup, and you don't want to put yourself there. It does a substantial amount of damage regardless of rank. Good pull into the turret, good knockup. The Scion could have been dead. Jump forward from Triss, though, kind of alone. Blitzcrank was not on the same page. That's just some miscommunication there. Had they both walked forward, there would have been a much safer jump for CrazyPhill to take, but Blitzcrank just wasn't ready for it. So Blitzcrank needed to be a little bit more aware of the kind of aggression that his ADC was exhibiting in the lane. It's kind of what you have to do when you're playing support in AD. Look at who you're playing with. You might even just straight up ask him, go, hey, do you usually like to play passive or aggressive? Let me know. And then that'll let you know what kind of things you can go for. Let them know what you're planning on doing, what your goals are for the lane. Because if your goals don't match up in this lane as a duo, then you're going to be in a rough spot. So much damage coming out of this Rumble. Flamespitter comes back up. Q Vault Breaker misses on Vi, and that means that Rumble's actually just going to walk away from this gank. Vi does not have Stalker's Blade, so she's not going to be able to catch up there. Part of the reason why Stalker's Blade is so popular these days is because in situations like that, when you're looking for that gank, you can kind of use the Stalker's Blade to make it easier to hit that Vault Breaker. Good farm lead coming out on Pantheon, though. This Vi is really looking for the gank. Yep. This Rumble knows. This Vi is super thirsty. Cancels the recall so he can stay in lane and look for this gank still. And honestly, I don't think she's gonna find anything. So Vi hangs out for that long and ends up dying for it. Pantheon just kind of sitting around like, you know what? At least I can get the farm. Flame Shooter does a little bit of damage. Retreat pings coming out of the majority of blue team, just saying, "Hey, Lee Sin's still here, bud. You want to be careful." Okay, good jump in from Diana. Will pick up the kill with that ignite. Great movement on her part. Honestly, yeah, I think this Diana might be in line to carry the game. Just based on her current performance, she seems really comfortable in the champion. Pull comes out from Blitz, gets nothing. Alright. Dude, this Scion is queuing pretty much on cooldown. I don't think he needs to be doing that much Q. Or E, sorry. Alright. Scion pulled in, has a little bit of armor, good smash on his part, means that Graves is going to get a good amount of auto attacks and picks up a kill for it. That's not the pull you're looking for, and honestly, Blitzcrank does not need to be throwing out as many Qs as he is. He just needs to have the Q threat to keep Graves off of Trist a little bit. Pantheon ulti is going to drop in onto Rumble. He's standing in the middle of the Equalizer. The problem with Equalizer is that it forces you to walk out of it. It's very tough for you to maneuver around that thing. Ulti comes out onto Blitz, doesn't take him out. He didn't get knocked up by that E. Otherwise, he would have been dead for sure. 100%. He kind of flashed both that Q. I keep getting the Q and the E mixed up on Sion. Because he flashed the Q, he kind of also flashed the ulti at the same time. So red team asking for help on this dragon take, and Graves is taking his sweet time getting there. Lee Sin is just so squeamish about this dragon. He's forcing Sion to take so much damage. Finish it, dude! Why is he trying to leave? Is he trying to pull it out of the pit and Sion's just not moving? What's going on? Sion, I mean, that Lee Sin let Sion take way too much damage there. Flash forward from Rumble will take him out of this fight. Pantheon goes deep looking for the kill. Will get taken out by the turret. TP from Sion sends him up to the top lane. He can at least force this to turret. That's about all he can do there. It will deny some farm from Rumble because he's got TP up, so he could have caught the wave, but doesn't matter too much. Ooh, good damage coming out of Orianna. Blue buff will not be in our auto attacks will not be enough to pick up that kill. Vi shows up, gets a red buff auto attack or red buff slowdown. She walks away from it for fear of the Lee Sin counter gank. Didn't even try it. Said nope. Too scared. The lack of vision caused her to back up. Alright, so Sion planning on coming mid. A little bit late. Graves is forced to be in a 2v1 situation down bottom lane, but honestly he's got that B of sword advantage, so he's not really that upset about it. He's got really good burst. You know, pings are going down on this turret for help, but... Oh my goodness, fantastic Sion ulti. Will catch Trist immediately. Collateral damage comes down. Sion will pick up the kill with a shield pop. When do you do the analysis reviews? Is there a set time every week? Monday nights, 9 p.m. EST, show up, and that's when I'll be doing the replays. And with the replay system, I'll be able to do many, many more than waiting around, because we probably waste like 50 minutes, or not 50 minutes, probably 40 minutes waiting between games this way. Because there's the entire champ select, and then you gotta wait the 3-minute delay. It takes a long time. Alright, so red team's just in a very snowbally position here. Hook comes out of Blitz at a very awkward angle, doesn't catch anything there. Honestly, had he caught that Sion, Graves could have turned around and kind of murdered them. So he should be happy that it didn't land. Yes, I use LSI. I used to use LoL Replay for my own personal use, but it bugged out way too often, and LSI is super consistent. It's very, very consistent. It also has a built-in sharing feature, so I don't have to download files to view anything. Oh my goodness. What is that move called? Roar of the Slayer. So good. Alright. Graves caught under turret here, looking for some damage. Can't quite finish off Triss. Good turnaround. Oops. Wait, what? No, go back. What happened here? Collateral damage hits. The rocket jump damage gets negated due to the fact that Blitz pulled him out of this section. That gives him one more time to heal. Triss dies to an auto attack crit from Graves, and then before that, no, that's just not enough damage. The auto attack didn't do anything at all. And then the buckshot picked up the kill. Well played on Graves' part. Critting for 300 at this stage of the game is so enormous. Alright, Lee Sin ganks top, kick back into Rumble. Pretty decent Lee Sin kill. And this turret's pretty much down, so he's not gonna help take it. Alright. A little bit of a push down on the bottom side of the map. Let's see, this is quickly snowballing in Red's favor. If they keep this up, they're gonna win handedly. Blue team needs to get some ward coverage down in their own jungle. Look for these picks. They need to get Blitzcrank in a position where he can actually get good grabs, like quality grabs. Scion's a little bit caught out here. He cannot be CC'd during that ultimate. Rumble is TPing in. He actually cancels it. Good cancel on his part. Because he would have died for free there, and he didn't have ulti up, so his impact would have been pretty... I mean, he could have done some damage, but... it's pretty obvious that, you know, Rumble with ulti up is just more impactful than Rumble without ulti. Good pull-in. Actually, pretty bad pull-in there from Blitz. This Blitz is kind of just... he's not being patient with these grabs. He's just looking for a grab. He just figures, you know, if I grab a guy, then he will die. And that's not how it's working here. People are pretty squeamish to focus on the Scion. Not only that, but Triss is far behind and she can't really do that much damage quickly enough to where the enemy won't have enough time to react. Because the damage is low with Blitz's team, these pulls are less impactful. Like, Blitz pulls get increasingly more good when your team's got a bunch of damage. Is he just gonna fight on top of the equalizer? You've gotta be kidding me. That's not how that works. Not only that, but he's choosing to get lifesteal here. I don't agree with that pick. I would honestly go Hex Shrinker. It's a double AP comp. Utilize your Hex Shrinkers. Thing's so effective. Gives you like 300 HP against you know, high AP damage. It's so valuable. And it's got magic resist on it, so it reduces the damage you take initially anyway. Alright, so this Rumble is being ballsy, looking to take this blue buff. Diana comes to check it, and we'll drive him away from it. Good ulti from Scion to keep Pantheon in place there. Scion's pretty tanky at the moment. He's got that face of the mountain. Alright, so Graves just needs to keep auto-attacking here. Ooh, good dodge on that that pull. Blast away from Triss, but now she's in an awkward position. She and Blitz need to get out. Good slow from Scion. That smash will not actually lock her up. Graves is forced to use the collateral damage to pick up the kill. Honestly, blue team's just not. Honestly, this Blitzcrank just needs to get in position with Pantheon and Diana. Like, their damage is pretty high. Like, they've got a lot of damage items. If he just gets a pull on an Orianna, on a Rumble, on a Lee Sin, Graves, anyone who's not Sion, and they're there, a kill will happen. You can start pulling yourself back into the game. He just keeps grouping with Triss on this bottom side of the map and keeps pulling in the Sion. Either that or trying to kind of get in on Graves when Graves is way too far ahead to handle right now. Alright, so some defensive wards are in the jungle. There's 2 wards. There's 2 trinkets that are off cooldown, need to be used. Blitzcrank shows up, misses the hook.
I feel like this Blitzcrank was told, hey, you need to support this game, and he doesn't play a lot of support, so he picked Blitz. Oh my goodness, dude. Blitz, please. Rumble ulti, please. He walked out of there. I can't believe he lived. The dude's a god. Oh, he's got tier. Why? Why do you tier when you can Glacial Shroud? Unless he didn't have enough money and just figured, you know, screw it, I'll get the tier. Oh man. This Scion's so tanky. Yeah, red team's just so far ahead right now. These games snowball so quickly. It's like one team just gets a plethora of kills, like way more kills than they need to be getting. And they just run away with the match. The difference here is that they push a lot faster. Keep auto-attacking this... Wait, is Graves dead? No, Graves is bottom side of the map, okay. They still need to keep pushing or hitting this inhib. Yeah, open that right up. And regroup on Graves. You're all pretty much high health except for Sion. Now they're gonna back up. Sion got a decent amount of farm. Baron just spawned for the first time in the game. They should be thinking about Dragon in a minute. I guess that's where they based. Makes sense. So just a pretty slow game right now. I mean, the game overall is being pushed in quite heavily. And I don't know, there's just not too much to say. Like, blue team isn't getting the picks that they need. What's my stance on Surround Portal? It's a fantastic item that needs to be incorporated into almost every game. Like, it's like if you were playing basketball and someone screened multi-ball and tossed another ball onto the court. You have the option now to take that ball and repeatedly score in the enemy's basket. Like, that's basically what Zerat's Portal is. It gives you pressure on the map that you don't have to participate in, and it's consistent pressure. It's not pressure that dies because the one minion you upgraded is dead. Oh, now that Rumble gets dunked and then walks away. This Vi has just given up. Game's over, but this is going to be the last game for the night, guys. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get these replays pulled up and ready for you guys sometime tomorrow. I do have class in the morning, so it'll be probably after like 12. I needed to try to hit the gym. I told myself I was going to go to the gym today, and then I ended up working on some programming stuff. So yeah, I'll have these replays done for you tomorrow.
Don't forget that cast of 5v5s are tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Me and Nefarious will be doing those as we do every week. Sometime this week as well. Pathfinder Tear should be back on the stream. She's finally got her laptop back from being repaired. Wednesday nights around 8-9 p.m. Will the Yordle will also be streaming. I believe that he's got a little bit upgraded quality there, considering his ISP has upped his upload bandwidth, which is good. Sunday nights are going to be a new thing. Tannen Kinslayer and Bags Fly Free have been inducted onto the casting crew, or back onto the casting crew. They were low elo casters a long time ago. They are going to be back doing some Sunday night 5v5s if you guys want to show up for those as well. Other than that, stay classy, Summoners. Don't forget to check out the new episode of the podcast. I think 133 is the last one we did, and it's been uploaded. Jeff finally got that up a couple days ago, maybe last week actually. I don't know how long it's been. In fact, it's about that time to record a new one. We should be doing that Wednesday. But stay classy, Summoners. I'll see you later on in the week, actually tomorrow night. And thanks for turning up. Look for replays on the YouTube, which is on that link below the channel, or on the highlights for the Twitch tomorrow afternoon. See ya.